Brace yourself. It's the main event. Y'all been patiently waiting. It's like a all right, man. Mic check. 1 2 1 2. Y'all know what day it is. Y'all know what time it is, and y'all know who y'all looking at. Welcome to another episode of the best podcast in Cleveland. You damn right, I said it. Welcome to Club Pizzle. Want to thank each and every last one of y'all for y'all continued support of this platform. Thank y'all for y'all continued support of this podcast. And while y'all are in a supporting mood, I need y'all to jam that like button. I need y'all to jam that subscribe button. I need y'all to jam that share button. You know, get this out here. I'm the best. Y'all want people to hear the best. Y'all want people to hear good quality potting. So send them my way. Also, it's award season, as I mentioned on not Club Pizzle, on Pizzle's Picks. I need y'all to go to ohioentertainmentawards.org and nominate Club Pizzle for Best Podcast. They don't have a Best Sports Podcast for the OEAs. So I'm not going to say I'm stuck going against all these other podcasts. I don't mind it because I honestly believe talking sports is a lot tougher, or me sitting in front of a camera and talking sports is a lot tougher than sitting one with two or three other people and y'all can bounce stuff off of each other, or it's a lot tougher than sitting down and interviewing people. That is not a shot at anybody because I do have two podcasts that I'm launching using those two formats. I just think sitting in front of a camera with a microphone and a laptop and talking sports and talking to an audience is a lot tougher. It's more impressive. It's just better. And nobody does it better than I do. So again, ohioentertainmentawards.org. The site is in the comments, y'all. It's just in the comments. All right. Let's get to it, man. Y'all know my motto. I am here for a good time and not a long time. So let's just get to it, man. You know, the one thing I'll say this about football season, the one thing football season will do is make sure I never cancel a week. It always makes something's going to happen during football season, especially dealing with the Cleveland Browns, that I could never take a week off during football season. I would have to pre-record days in advance, which a lot of times will backfire on me. Because had I pre-recorded this yesterday like I wanted to, I would have missed what took place today, which I'll get to later. But the pod gods were with me this week because I don't have to spend a lot of time on what I saw on Sunday, which was, listen, man, these guys are pros, and I know these guys will clean my clock on the field, but the offense of the Cleveland Browns is bad. And they have guys that can play. You got some talented guys there, but none of them fit together. Okay? None of them fit together. Deshaun Watson is, oh man, I'm rooting for him so much. I'm rooting for him to bounce back. I'm rooting for him to ball out. I am rooting for him to win. I am rooting for him to get this team to the Super Bowl. I am going to be with him until I am no longer with him. Y'all know how I do here with quarterbacks or coaches. I'm with you until I ain't. I'm still with 4 until he's no longer here. But it's to the point where I don't want to watch Browns games anymore. I don't want to watch full Browns games anymore. I'm at the point where I want to spend my entire Sunday from 1 p.m. to about 7:30, 7:45 and watch NFL Red Zone. I only get to do that a couple of times a year. During the Browns bye week, if they're playing on Sunday night, Thursday night, or Monday night. I only get to, and I think this year I only get to do it maybe 2 or 3 times. That's how bad this team is. It is. And what I've done, I told myself, I say, you know what? I am not going to allow this team to depress me. But that offense is depressing. It's depressing. It looks like a FBS team on NCAA EA 25. It's so bland and plain, you can't even call it bland, plain, or vanilla. They look like they installing the darn offense during the games. Although I will say they ran the ball a whole lot better than they did through the first 5 weeks of the season. It's still bad. It's still horrible. It really does look like day 3 of training camp with this offense. And I know guys were hurt and guys are just getting back. Jack Conklin's just getting back. Jed Willis, another game back. And then Nick Harris goes down. And then what his name? Dunce, whatever his name was. He was getting his beat like a drum last week. He got hurt. So Zinser had to come back in. They had to move the guard to the center. It is too much. This is another year of Cleveland Browns football where they're shuffling offensive linemen and just shuffling things in and out. Jerome Ford goes down. Elijah Moore's hurt. He got fopped too. It was bad. And then Deshaun Watson, man, let me get back to Foe. I know he hasn't played. He's fresh off of shoulder surgery, but that's no excuse because he still can't push the ball downfield. And that ball, when he does get the ball off and has his feet set and he's tossing that pill around, velocity is there. So the shoulder is not. He's just not confident. For whatever reason, through the entire offseason and his podcast with his quarterback coach, shout out to Quincy, he was confident in all of that. But as soon as the regular season started, he just left. Like, where's the confidence? Where's the confident, smiling QB? Where is that Foe at? The one who was having fun playing football and just looked like he was out there having a blast. He doesn't exist. He's holding the ball too long sometimes. He's missing guys sometimes. He's putting it on some guys and they're still dropping it for whatever reason. But his confidence is gone. You can look at him in press conferences and tell the joy is gone. And losing will do that to you. But even in Houston, when he was actually playing well, but the team was losing, he still had a little trying to be upbeat. He's not even upbeat. And you know what? To be perfectly honest, if I had to stand in front of the people he have to stand in front of, I'm not going to call no names. I'm just Cleveland media. If I had to stand in front of those doofs every day for 17, 18, 19, 20 weeks, I would probably be like that too. Because some of them, a few of them, don't like him. They didn't like the move. And they've made it known that they don't like him. They're siding with all of the women in the lawsuit. They just don't like him. And it seems that some of them want to see him fail. So if I had to stand in front of somebody that I didn't like, I would probably carry the same attitude. Because no matter what he did, no matter what he tried to do, like he does all of this community work. He opened up a sandwich shop in the city. He has his own 7-on-7 for the high school kids in Cleveland. They don't talk about that stuff. They continue to bring up the lawsuits. And speaking of, I think also the newer lawsuits that came up just blew the wind out of his sails. He probably was ready. He's like, yeah, I'm ready to get back. I'm ready to get back. And then boom, here come these lawsuits. And it's like, come on, man, again. So that might be, and that's just a theory of mine. I'm not claiming that one until something comes up. Until someone says something. That's just a theory of mine. Now, y'all know when I make points and when I say stuff, I'm standing on it and I'm going to stand up in it and I'm going to cross my arms and I'm going to wait for y'all to acknowledge me. But that man's confidence is shot. How he's going to get it back, he just has to. He had a little stretch where he completed like 9, 10, 11 straight passes or whatever. They couldn't get any points out of it. And it is crazy that a defensive player is the Browns' leading scorer right now. I'm not mad at defense because they're on the field a lot. And eventually that will wear you out. I'm not going to say anything about Denzel Ward getting burnt because I know what the coverage was or whatever. Like, whatever. I'm not going to say anything. He was the closest man there, though. Myles Garrett with the blocked field goal. Defense and special teams, I'm all right. This offense got to get it together or 1-5, man. Just 1-5. What else is there to say but 1-5? So let's flush it. Let's flush this game. And now they come back home after a third consecutive road game. They come home for 3 straight home games, starting with the division rival Cincinnati Bengals. Now, the Bengals are a team that they have had success against over the last, 5-6 years. Joe Burrow is back. Joe Burrow is throwing the ball better. Jamar Chase is here. T. Higgins is getting there. Like, this team is 2-4. Their record is neck and neck on record-wise. Is the game winnable? Yes, of course. I believe in it's a week-to-week league. I believe in any given Sunday. Is the game winnable? Yes. Am I confident that the Browns can win? Nope. No. They have to show me enough. I've had enough being super confident. I've had enough glass half full. I just need them to show me. I just need put together something. Play well. And like if they play well and lose on some kind of like You know how it go, man. I just need them to play better. I need the offense to play better. I take that back. I need the offense to play better. I can't put anything on the defense when the defense is on the field for 40 minutes. I can't. You can't. They keep you in the game, 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 and you keep doing 3 and outs. Keep you in the game, 3 and out. Keep you in the game, 3 and out, one possession. Then it finally gets to that last instance where they keep it at a one possession game, and they need that stop on 3rd and short, and they can't get the darn stop because they tied. You can only rotate those linemen in and out so much. Those guys aren't going to get tired. These guys are human beings. So I'm not mad at the defense. Greg Newsome, I am mad at. Greg Newsome sucks. And I don't say that about a lot of people, but dude, you suck. That uniform of Greg Newsome, they probably still washing it. It probably still got smoke and soot and all kinds of stuff on it because he was getting burnt. MJ Emerson still got smoke on his uniform from week 1, so I ain't even gonna get into him. So we flushed this game on Sunday. Well, I flushed the game on Sunday by like 5 o'clock. I wasn't gonna do that to myself. Flushed the game. Tuesday, Amari Cooper traded to the Buffalo Bills for a pack of now-and-laters and a Chico stick. No, really, he got traded for a 3rd-round pick in 2025 and a 7th-round pick in 2026. I say good riddance, goodbye, deuces, ooses to Amari Cooper, who acted and played like he did not want to be here. And to you people out there saying that this is they're tanking, they're trading the dude who's leading the NFL in drop passes. This is not a tank job. Okay? Now, if Nick Chubb, Myles Garrett, Joe Bitonio, Grant Delpit, Denzel Ward, if you start putting those guys on the trading block and you trading those guys, then you're thinking, yeah, tank, fire sale. But they're trading a 30-year-old dude who got the dropsies. So it's not a tank job or a fire sale. Sometimes you just got to cut bait. I really believe that they have been shopping him since they restructured that contract. Personally, I can't prove it. I can only just make theories, but that's just how I feel. And if Andrew Berry confirms it, y'all know, like I say, hey, Don said that. But y'all losers, so y'all won't. Coop did have 2 1,000-yard seasons with the Browns. He played with like 7 quarterbacks. Jacoby Brissett, Deshaun, PJ Walker, Dorian Thompson-Robinson, Joe Flacco. He did that with a lot of quarterbacks. I mean, listen. Deuces, ooses. Luckily for y'all, or luckily I'm in a better mood than I was Tuesday when he sent his little shot. Because I was ready to go off, but I'm not going to go off. I'm better than that. I'm not bitter Browns fan who are going to be classless and idiotic when the guy's on the way out of the door. But it's funny. He took a shot. Nobody said a word. Everybody's like, oh, I get it. But Baker Mayfield has said nothing but nice things about the Cleveland Browns since he left. But look at the way Browns fans treated him on the way out of the door. Again, I'm not bitter Browns fan. I'm not going to kick you back in, so turn around and face me, okay? Don't turn your back to me. I won't kick you back in. I think the trade is good for both teams. I mean, if Amari gets over the dropsies, Buffalo has a chance to lose to the Kansas City Chiefs in the playoffs, right? And it also, this, as far as with the Cleveland Browns, it gives Jerry Jeudy a chance to jump into that number one spot. It gives Cedric Tillman a shot. It gives Elijah Moore some reps. It gives James Thrash some reps. Did I say said Tillman already? If I didn't, it gives said Tillman reps. You go like, thanks, Coop, for 2 good years. I'm not going to thank you for the 9 drops you had this year, including like 2 touchdown passes. I'm not going to go there. I am going to move on. This week marks the return of the Browns' best player on offense, one Nicholas Jamal Chubb, and he went to the Players Tribune and he wrote, I don't know whether to call it a letter or I don't know what to call it. But whatever it was, like I knew, listen, check this out, y'all. Anytime an athlete goes to the Player Tribune, anytime you see such and such and the Players Tribune together, expect it to be something emotional, expect it to be something powerful. Shout out to the Players Tribune for giving us good quality stuff like that. Now, I read this, and as I'm reading it, like I knew, I'm like, I already knew what it was. But Nick's story, growing up with what his mom, his grandmother, and her putting them to work and picking up all the pebbles up the hill, putting them in a bucket, and then them having to put all of the pebbles down and make them even and make it like that was good stuff. Talking about him busting his knee up, that's emotional right there, because it's not the first time he busted his knee up. He did it in college. They didn't think he would come back. It's a very, very powerful letter. So if you haven't read it, I highly recommend you read Nick Chubb's. I'm gonna just call it a letter. He gave the city props. He showed the city love because the city does love Nick Chubb, even though, yep, I'm going here today. When the Browns first traded Carlos Hyde and said Nick Chubb was going to be the starter, there was a lot of y'all out there that was upset and rejected this until he ran for like 220 on the Raiders. Y'all know who y'all are out there. So I'm going to keep reminding y'all and keep reminding y'all and keep reminding y'all as long as Nick Chubb is in the league and he's balling out. By the way, he has 2,000 more rushing yards than Carlos Hyde and has played in less years. Do with that as you will. And the news that broke just a few hours ago, ladies and gentlemen, Jimmy World is coming to Brook Park, Ohio in 2029. See my post on Facebook on Monday. I reshared it. I'm going to reshare it again. I did tell you that this is going to happen. I also knew that something was going to happen today when the city revealed their plans for this new thing that they got going on downtown, giving more access to the lakefront. And I jokingly said, by the time they finish that stadium in Brook Park will be about done. And what happens at about 2:00 this afternoon? They made it official. I'm going to read the statement from Jimma and D. Haslam. Our stadium planning process started in 2017, and as Mayor Bibb mentioned today, for the last 2 years, we have had a positive, productive, and collaborative dialogue with the mayor and his staff working together to find the optimal long-term solution for our stadium. We pursue many possibilities with our initial focus on renovating the current stadium and engage design, construction, and engineering experts to develop a plan to do so. We also explored building a new stadium on multiple sites, both within and outside of Cleveland. So a lot of those sites were true. We learned that through our extensive work that renovating our current stadium will simply not solve many operational issues and would be a short-term approach. With more time to reflect, we have also realized that without a dome, we will not attract the type of large-scale events and year-round activity to justify the magnitude of this public-private partnership. So listen, man, I went through all of this stuff a couple of months ago when they first showed the rendering. Why spend that money? It was like 1.2 billion to renovate a stadium that was outdated 5 years after they built it. Just build a new one. Build a doggone dome. Really, y'all been down to Huntington Bank Field or Huntington Bank Stadium, whatever the heck they're called, Cleveland Brown Stadium. Y'all have been down there. Listen, I still believe they never should have put it right there. This city and the fans were so thirsty to get a team back, they took whatever proposal that Paul Tagliabue told them, or whatever Mike White or whoever the heck the mayor was at the time. They went there with that stupid plan. Y'all wanted the colors, y'all wanted the records, and y'all wanted that stadium at the same stupid spot. They never should have put it there. And I still believe you should have let Art Modell take that name and take it to Baltimore with him. I think that is a part of why this franchise is such in disarray. Y'all were so thirsty for that. Get rid of it. There was nothing good that had happened to that franchise since 1964. The 70s, they were horrible. Red Riot 88 in the 80s. The drive, the fumble, blowing the doggone, the move, blowing the lead in the playoffs, losing playoff games, bottle gate, all of this stuff. Should have let Art Modell take it with him and bury him with it. Should have done that. And if y'all been down there, it's time for a new stadium. And get out of that location. That is one of the worst locations for a stadium that I have ever seen. It's horrible. The Muni lot is a 10-minute walk. You got to walk across. You got to walk through this lot. You got to walk across the street. You got to walk past the freeway. You got the Rock Hall and the Science Center to get to the stadium. Coming from the other side, you got to walk across the doggone freeway. This bridge this new proposal that they were doing, you got to walk over the doggone. You got a bridge over the freeway. But I think what they're doing is turning that interstate. I believe it's Route 2 over there. They're gonna make that it's gonna be 35 over there. So ain't no more speed. What's that gonna be? The West Side Corridor? I'm joking. I'm kidding. But take a look at this. Take a good look at this here. And y'all saw the renderings. Y'all saw the video. Y'all know what we working with. Y'all know what we gonna have out there. Y'all know the location. The major highways are right there. The airport is right there. There's going to be hotels. There's going to be restaurants. There's going to be shopping. Everything that you cannot put where the current stadium is going to be right there. It's going to be out here in Jimmy World. So congratulations, Jimmy and D. Haslam. I personally, and I said it in my post, this wasn't the time to make that announcement. They should have waited to make this announcement. This team is in such disarray that the fans really the fans that want this aren't happy because the team is doing bad, and the people that don't want this are double mad because they don't want them to leave from downtown, and the team is bad. But there are a lot of people that are complaining that are never going to go to a game. They don't go to games. Most of the people that complain don't go to games. You sit at home in your drawers in your basement watching the games, or you're at a bar getting drunk and yelling at strangers. So just cut it. 2029. I'm looking forward to it. I am looking forward to maybe attending a Super Bowl out here. I am looking forward to attending the Final Four out here. I am looking forward to WrestleMania, Royal Rumbles, SummerSlams right here. Big boxing events right here. The swimming trials, they're putting them in stadiums. They just did it at Lucas Oil in Indianapolis. The 2028 Los Angeles Olympics, y'all know where the swimming gonna be at? SoFi Stadium. What y'all think they can do with this? The swimming championships, the Olympic trials in 2032, right here, right there. That's all I got, man. That's just all I got. Moving on. I made this promise this week that I was going to talk some Ohio State football. And it's not because they lost to Oregon. What a great game. I've said all season, the Ohio State Buckeyes probably have the most talented roster in college football. It is talent across the board. They 2 or 3 deep at running back. You got 3 or 4 good wide receivers. You have a defense that is lightning fast. And you got a veteran quarterback who can distribute and get those guys the ball. Although he made a bad decision at the end of the game, he still played a good game. Ohio State lost the game way before that play. It was the penalties. A lot of false starts, taking you out of field goal range in some cases. And then that offensive pass interference, he pushed off. Stop it, y'all. A pass interference that didn't go your way. Sorry, not sorry. No sympathy for you. That's not why I'm here, though. Ohio State fans hate Ryan Day. I think that's an ongoing theme in Ohio, from mid-Ohio up to northeastern Ohio. They hate coaches, football coaches. They hate Kevin Stefanski, and they really hate Ryan Day. I think it's funny because all that laughing at Jim Harbaugh not being able to beat Ohio State and win big games, look at how God just comes back at y'all tenfold. Now Ryan Day can't beat Michigan or win a big game. 1-5 against top 5 teams. It's nothing to laugh at, but it is. I keep hearing y'all say Ryan Day needs to go. Okay? Y'all keep saying he needs to go. I say, yeah, that's fine, but who replaces him? I never get an answer. So, being your neighborhood-friendly pod guy, I got 3 names for you. I had 2, and then as I'm talking to 2 of my trusted people, or 3 of my trusted people, shout out to Chris, shout out to Paul, shout out to Juan. Those are my trusted guys. I'm going to get them on here one of these days, and we all just going to sit around and talk a little shop. But I got 3 names. One of them is right there. And Ryan Day hired him. I'm talking about Chip Kelly. We know that Chip Kelly is Ryan Day's mentor. He's been with him throughout the NFL, and Ryan just returned the favor. But if y'all think Chip Kelly doesn't have his assistant updating his resume, so if that day does come, that portfolio is in his desk and he's ready to go knocking. Hello, I'm here. That's the obvious one. Another one, Mike Vrabel. He's an Ohio State alum. He is a very well loved and very well respected coach. And if he doesn't take a pro job, that job in Columbus would be his to take. I can see him taking that. And thirdly, and this is a name, I'm throwing this out here, another Ohio State alum, Marcus Freeman. If there is any job in college football that can pull you away from Notre Dame, it's coaching Ohio State. Excuse me. I'll say Alabama is that job for now. Texas, just because it's Texas and the booster dollars. Ohio State is right there. And maybe that Florida job is going to be a hot job, or Florida State is going to be a hot job if they do go with the coaching change. But those are your names: Chip Kelly, Mike Vrabel, and Marcus Freeman. Ohio State fans, okay? Get it, got it, good. Now let's get to this Heisman watch. I got a this order changed around a little bit. We gonna run through it. At number 10, Will Howard, he dropped. The loss did drop him down. Also, bonehead at the end, whatever. At number 9, we got Carson Beck from Georgia. He dropped just because. At number 8, I put Quinn Ewers in here. Nico is off my list this week. Okay. I just took Nico's out. Quinn Ewers comes in at number 8. He probably won't go any higher than this unless he's just lights out, unless he beats Georgia this week, continues to win all year, beats Georgia again, or they probably, if Georgia loses twice, they're not going to the SEC championship game. Beats Bama or whoever they beat in the SEC championship game and gets the top 4 seed in the playoff, then you got Quinn Ewers in New York for the Heisman. At number 7, Jackson Dart. Number 6, Jalen Milroe. Both of them, like, you're there. Top 5, I got at 5, Shedeur Sanders. He is up from 10 because of his performance in the loss last week. He performed well. He performed under pressure. Wasn't pass interference at the end of the game. Certainly was. Number 4, Dylan Gabriel. You don't beat the number 2 team in the country and not jump into the top 5. Number 3, I got Ashton Jeanty. He's going to be right there. He's breaking Barry Sanders' single season rushing record. At number 2, Travis Hunter, is because he only played one half and really wasn't that effective. So that means at the number 1 spot, we got Cam Ward. He has a game against Louisville. This like they're scheduled for the rest of the year. If he balls out and averages 350 and 3 tutties, give that man the Heisman. And that's gonna do it for this week, man. I want to thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Club Pizzle. Make sure again, OhioEntertainmentAwards.org, and vote Club Pizzle or nominate Club Pizzle for best podcast. Make sure you guys tune in next week. I am going to be doing a NBA preview, or my NBA preview. And at some point, I'm going to talk Cleveland Charge basketball. It's going to probably be a standalone show. Excuse me. Also, I am pushing the time back of the Happy Hour podcast in January. I know y'all keep saying, "Dag, he did it again," but I really am, because I feel like I have to. I need to get more stuff in a row and get my guest list concrete and get those interviews down so I can do my thing there. So again, NBA preview next week. I'm going to talk Cleveland Charge stuff. I'll do a standalone Cavs preview as well. So listen, no Tuesday night's main event next Tuesday. Unless something crazy happens, then I'll have to do one. But no Tuesday night's main event. We are doing basketball. So I'll do my Cavs preview on Tuesday. Thursday, Club Pizzle. We are going to preview the NBA. I'll give you my my playoffs or my top tens in each conference, my conference champions, my MVPs, all of the superlatives and the awards and all of that stuff. So again, man, thank you guys for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, and share. Do all of those good things, man. Y'all know what it is, man. Always protect your peace, protect your energy. The message is more important than the messenger. And creators, be great. Stay positive, because negative energy is trash. Peace out, y'all.